People, welcome back to our YouTube channel and thank you so much. Guys, there is a problem and I want to address this thing. Why is Canada canceling visas from African students? Well, I'm specific here because I want to explain some little things to you guys so that you understand properly. But I'm going to start with student visas. Now, there is a situation, things you should avoid in case you do not want your visa to be rejected. First of all, remember, Canada is facing a lot of issues when it comes to accommodation. So they are looking for ways to reduce the number of internationals coming in. This is not just because of students, even visitors too. They have to stay in accommodation properties, or maybe if they get jobs, they have to stay booked, maybe pay for their accommodation. If not, they have to use hotels, right? And remember, there is one thing people are forgetting. As a visitor in Canada, you may find it difficult to get an apartment because most landlords are not aware, or they are afraid that you may not pay the next rent. And sometimes for you to get apartment, you need SIN number. So you cannot get this SIN number if you are a visitor. Even if you struggle and get it, it is still a challenge. Now let's go to the part of the visitors. Recently, IRCC made a law that international students will be using what we call attestations to apply for visas. Now, this is what happened. Someone I know had submitted his application, I think it was around October, November. Then the application was not approved, nothing. Then just of recent, she was asked to supply an attestation. Remember, she submitted this visa application before the law was passed in December. Now, who are we to blame? So he was asked, it's a she was asked to supply attestation, which I kindly told her to reach out to her school because only her school can fix this issue now. Now, the information on her portal is different. She said she was going to be moving to this particular time. She equally gave some informations, right? Now, even if their school changed her admissions letter and give her attestation, she will still have contradicting information, and this can lead to a rejection when she finally gets the visa and move to Canada. So in this case, I cannot blame her, right? We cannot blame anybody in this case. Now, the second option was IRCC made a decision on December, I think that was in December, and said from January there would be an increase in proof of funds, right? Cost of living money from 10,000 to 20,635. Now that decision was made in December. That announcement was made in December that it was going to take effect January. Someone, immediately that announcement was made, someone submitted his visa application because she was trying to beat the $20,000 gap. You understand? And because of that, what did IRCC do? They said you do not have enough money, insufficient funds. That was the only reason she was rejected. When she reached out to me, I was like, come on, you cannot trick the system. You cannot trick the system. They did an announcement in December. You submitted your visa application. They know. I have always said that many times, that these are trained psychologists. When you want to prick the system, they know. Okay, even at that, I would not advise you that if an announcement is made in December, you rush and start doing your application immediately. I understand. I totally understand why you did so. But please, let's avoid certain things. Because at the end of the day, even when you get the visa and you are trying to enter, immigration at the airport, or maybe the border officials, they may be like, okay, now, how much do you have? How much is on your bank statement? Is it equivalent to how much your tuition? In fact, they will sum up, they might ask you for all those documents. It is not a guarantee. There is not a specific time, or let's just say, maybe there is no schedule that, or there is no, maybe something that it's not a must that they might check you, but you have to be careful. And this can lead to a cancellation of your visa in case you finally get the visa. Now, let's come back to the OGA part, the real part I wanted you guys to pay attention to. A lot of people moving to Canada are getting their visas cancelled. especially those going on visitors visa. The reason is because of contradicting information. Remember, you need a hotel reservation to apply for visitors visa. You need sufficient proof of funds. Okay? You need, even if you want to go to school, you need sufficient proof of funds. Now, when you give all these details, right, and maybe you arrive the airport and you are being interrogated, where are you going to be staying? And you give another name, they open the system, they see something different, it is a problem. Okay, it is a problem. And most of the time, don't talk too much. Someone visa was cancelled at the airport. That's why I'm bringing these things here. And when I ask him, what did you say? What did they ask you? And I'm just telling you these things, so you should be aware. Okay, you should be aware. Remember, when you are going on a visit visa, whether it's a visit visa, whether you are going for tourism, whether you are going for conference, all is a visitor visa. To prove that you are on leave, you cannot be visiting a country when you are working. You have to be on leave before you can go on vacation. Therefore, supplying a leave letter from your company is wise enough to tell the visa officer that you are going for vacation. Now, never you go to any airport without a copy of your leave letter. Things have changed. You may say that my brother entered there, they never asked him. Things have changed. You have to, they will ask you, why are you in Canada? You will say, I'm here for visit. Which type of visit? I want to visit maybe Niagara Falls. I want to visit touristic areas. You name them. They will now ask you, what are you doing in your home country? You say you are working. Where is your leave letter? You don't have it. It is a problem. Your visa can be revoked. Yes, this is a fact, I'm telling you. Another thing you need to put into consideration, the airline you take. Now, I have used 4 airlines so far, and one airline I will let you know is avoid anything that has to do with Qatar Airline. I'm not like saying, I'm talking to those going to Canada. Please, because sometimes you would get a lot of questions in Doha. A lot. Some people, most of the time, you will not get the questions you get in Istanbul, same thing you get in Doha. My quick advice is just try to stay clear. There are so many other airlines you can take. Again, Qatar Airline is a very good airline. Do not misquote me, guys. I'm just giving you things that you should check. There are certain airports that when you enter, you would answer questions upon questions upon questions. And as a visitor, it will be wise for you to avoid it. As a visitor going to Canada, it will be wise to avoid certain questions because they can lead you into problem. And remember, you are a visitor, not a student. Your case is different. And any small thing would cause you a lot of problems. Make sure you have money on you. Make sure you have money. Someone was asking me, Milton, how much should I carry? I told the person, take like $4,000, $5,000 on you. The person was like, oh, it's a big financial problem, blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, I don't know what happened to him. Please, the highest amount of money you cannot carry and pass an airport, I know, is $10,000. They will not accept. But at least if you are a visitor, make sure you have money on you to prove that you are going to be taking care of yourself. How did you get the money? Because all these things you need to write on your letter of explanation and possibly attach documents. So carry all of them on you. If you have a business, make sure you carry your business registration document. I recently watched a video of a Nigerian who was going to Australia. He had more than 10,000, and when he was asked, where is your business, he said, these are my business registration documents. They checked and the documents have expired 7 years ago. You cannot carry an expired document to an airport. You want to pass an immigration office. It's not possible, guys. Okay, so I'm just explaining these things to you so you know. If you have a visitor visa and you are moving to Canada, pay that hotel. The hotel you booked, pay it before you arrive at airport, so as to give the confidence to the immigration official, so they know you already have your accommodation. If you are staying 5 days, pay for the 5 days. If you are staying 10 days, pay for the 10 days. Do not exaggerate, guys. It is so important. I hope this will help you. I don't want to make this video very long, but please, even students, you have to be careful. You have to be careful, guys. I beg you guys, you have to be careful. Till we meet again.